Hey, welcome back to a brand new show with me and Theon. It's a new podcast, isn't it?
Lockdown Live series, we'll call it. The Lockdown Live series.
That's it, the Lockdown Live series, that's what we're going to go for. And we'll call it Lockdown, people call it Lockdown 2.0 like it's a game show.
Well, it's become a trend now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hashtag Lockdown 2.0. I think you just deal with the current situation rather than trying to butter it up, isn't it?
Exactly.
It is what it is, and stop trying to call it names and do something different, yeah.
So what we're going to talk about today is about falling off the bandwagon. Or falling off the wagon.
Falling off the
wagon, not the bandwagon,
What's the
isn't
difference between a bandwagon and a wagon?
I don't know.
Okay,
falling off the wagon, basically, alright? So, if you started Monday and you didn't have the spring in your step, then you're probably like 90% of the population right now.
I say 95, but...
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
But everybody's struggling right now. Everybody's struggling to get the motivation up and everybody's struggling to stay on track because November's typically a hard month anyway, even when gyms were accessible. And now gyms aren't accessible, it gives people an extra reason not to do something. So
it gives people that acceptance to kind of give up, if you like, to kind of lose hope and to kind of be sidetracked from where they really want to be. I mean, if you've got proper goals set and you've got visions in mind, then I'm sure you wouldn't find it too hard to fall off. But I think that's a problem with a lot of people. They haven't got a clear set vision and future, which is something I'm going to touch on because I'm doing a series of lives next week.
Yeah.
Just on Facebook. So a couple of things I've got planned that I'm going to touch on next week as well.
Bang on.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah. I think a lot of it is if you haven't exercised or stayed active, you know, and ate right and slept right, you know, those kind of things, then you haven't hardwired your brain to stick in with those things even when the times get tough.
Yeah.
Because the people that exercise religiously, you know, consistently 3 to 4 times a week, it just becomes a thing that you have to just adapt.
Yeah.
So for example, I can't go to the gym, but what I then did was bought a load of equipment and put it in my garage.
Exactly.
Because that's how committed I am to training.
Yeah.
But other people might have a garage accessible, so I understand that. But if I didn't have a garage, I would still work out a way to train.
Stick it in the garden or something or whatever, yeah.
I do anything. I get the TRX over the door.
Yeah.
I do bodyweight based workouts. I do something. And all I do is set a new goal.
Yeah.
So for example, during this lockdown, if you haven't got a lot of equipment, what you might do is start running, right? And then set a mobility goal.
Yeah.
Improve your mobility so much that when you go back to the gym,
your form's going to be spot on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's so much you can work on in a month. And I think actually you can undo all your wrongs. So like if you don't do any mobility work at all, doing a month of solid mobility, nailing your steps, nailing your calories, yeah, you might lose a bit of muscle, right? And you may lose a little bit of shape, but you're going to come back with a better posture, better form, better technique, and a better feeling overall because you won't be in pain.
So you'd probably catapulted yourself 2 times better than you were going to be anyway because you've kind of got the groundwork, haven't you? Yeah. So it's kind of like what do they call it? Putting the foundations in.
Exactly.
Before you build the house, yeah.
It's like when I was with a lot of people. It's like if you can't move properly, like you know how many people we've got tight shoulders.
Yeah. Tight shoulders, sore back, lower back, knee issues. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they got, like you said, bad knees, bad hips. That if you got rid of all of that within a month, and they were doing yoga or like not even yoga, mobility.
Just a little bit of stretch. 5 minutes. The thing is, people think it has to be like, you know, half an hour devoted to each day. You have to close the blinds, sit in the darkness and, you know, hum or something. It doesn't have to be like that. It's just taking 5 minutes out to just be in tune with your body, I suppose, isn't it?
Definitely.
Sounds a bit hippie trippy, but when you actually get down to the what it actually means is just kind of taking 5 minutes out for yourself and just allowing your body to relax, I suppose. That's what I've started doing anyway.
100%.
Not in a dark room and sticking an incense stick on. Do you know, not like that. It's just like sitting there for 5 minutes and just feeling what might need a little bit. Like last night in front of the TV, the fire was going. I just thought, well, because I was training here before, I did some bent over rows and it put a little bit of strain on my back. So just 5 minutes it took me, and I'm feeling fresh as anything today.
That's what I mean. It's funny that,
It's funny how just a little 5 minutes can sort you out.
If I don't stretch, I feel terrible.
Yeah, you feel stiff and you feel like an old man.
Yeah. So going back to it, so basically we said about falling off the wagon. Now, we've all been there, right? And we've all set these goals, we've set these routines, and all of a sudden we just like, you know, we fall at the first hurdle, we fall at the second hurdle, and then we go, how do we get back to it? You know, how do we get back on track? And the thing is, one, don't be so hard on yourself.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, you're only bloody human, right? And yeah, you may have not you may not be doing the right workouts and the right amount of steps, but your option, you always say to people, right, your option A or option B, right? There's no option C.
Yeah.
Option A is you do something. Option B is you do nothing and moan.
Yeah.
Right? And if you have started something and you're on the journey and you're getting good results, to just stop means you go back all the hard work. So you either paid money for a coach and a training plan, right? You've paid money for supplements, like equipment, whatever it's going to be.
Yeah.
And then you're going to stop. So you have to restart that again. So it's going to cost you more in the long run. So surely once the wheels are in motion, it's all about just consistently just turning up and showing up. And it's a bit like what me and Phil do with training and our work. We show up on Facebook, we show up on emails, we show up in the gym, we show up at the times, we do our posts. And the thing is, you're going to get better. And I would never say that what we do is perfection, because I rush a lot of stuff. Yeah, I'm showing up and turning up. And the thing evolves. We've got a nice mic, for example. When we used to do it on just the phone.
Literally on the phone, and we've got nice lights behind you as well.
Yeah.
Just leveling up all the time, isn't it? Trying to improve different aspects of what you're striving towards. So obviously we're striving towards, what is it, a podcast a week for the whole year?
Yeah. Which we've done every single week.
Exactly.
Since March.
Without fail. There was 1 week I wasn't there. You did a
Still
solo.
one.
Yeah,
Han Solo.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So I would say to everyone that there's no point in us trying to say, oh, get motivated, G you up, because at the end of the day, it's only you that can do it. And it's actually more frustrating when people go, I just don't have the mojo, the motivation, I can't get on track. Well, what do you want us to do? Do you want us to, give you a jar of energy? I don't know what you like.
A jar of air from the peaks of Everest or something. Get me to inhale it or something.
Yeah. Or do you want me to come round and knock on your door and say you need to get up? You need to do it yourself. I've got up this morning at 6 in the morning and I didn't want to do my meditation. I didn't want to do my stretching, but I still did it because I had to do it.
Yeah.
I didn't. You're giving yourself the option basically, because the thing is, by saying you don't need to do it, then you're giving up on it.
Yeah.
By making it a compulsory, you have to do it. You have to go to work. You have to brush your teeth twice a day. If you don't, you've got stinky breath.
And you're a right bag.
Yeah. So why not make the exercise and the stretching just like brushing your teeth?
Yeah.
You brush your teeth every single day, whether it's once a day or twice a day.
Idea, innit?
Yeah. So why would it not be that you have to drink 2 litres of water a day? Why would it not be you have to get 10,000 steps in? It's because you don't make it, you have to do it. Mm. You make it I could do it.
I could do it, but I don't know. I think a big problem I touched on at the start is people don't have goals.
Yeah.
And they don't have places where they want to be. So it doesn't have to be, standing on stage at a professional bodybuilding competition if you're, say, a male or a female, you're looking to get physique, or it doesn't mean that you have to drop 3 stone within this month that we're in. It's not like that. Just setting small attainable goals, I think, is what a lot of people need to hone in on to get that discipline, because motivation is essentially pretty much pointless, because you only get it when you feel like doing things, isn't it?
Of course.
When you actually feel like doing it, whereas people need to get a discipline. It's where you actually have a place where you want to be, because you put the systems in place, and if you don't get there, then you're going to be disappointed. So you do everything that you can to get into that mindset, to get to that position.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say when people say to me on motivation, right, I get frustrated because I think people think that I've got bags of energy and motivation.
Yeah.
And I think people don't realise that actually sometimes I go, I can't be asked to train.
Literally can't be bothered. Like last night,
Yeah.
For me.
And I did like a long day training people.
Last place you want to be is in the gym.
In the gym.
Yeah.
But you have to do it.
Yeah.
It's not an option for me. I have to train 3 to 4 times a week, and I feel bloody good afterwards.
Yeah.
So I know. I think the thing is, with a lot of it is, if you go for a run, right, I don't really enjoy doing the run.
No.
But I always know I feel bloody good afterwards. And I like to show off. I like to get on social media and go, I went for a run, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I feel good afterwards. If it was based on how I felt doing it, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
But I know the after effects. It's like the difference in food is you eat the cake, you enjoy the cake instantly.
Afterwards, yeah.
But the running and the exercise and the tracking your calories and you doing your steps, it's all like an after effect.
Yeah.
It's like months down the line you start to really feel benefits.
Yeah.
And it takes you like 30 or 60 days until you really start to feel.
Start honing in,
yeah. But people want instant gratification.
It's because we're there nowadays. If you think about it, if you want, like the other day, I'm going to do a live on this. I ordered a diary basically, and it's like it was off. I think it was off Amazon or whatever it was. I think it was off Amazon. Literally, paid £4.99 and it came to my door in 2 days.
Yeah.
It's like, I ordered it on Saturday, it came to my door on Monday, midday Monday. And because we've got these things like ordering things and they come to your door as soon as you want them, or, you know, you can go to the shops. Back in the day, if you wanted strawberries, you had to wait till the time of year it was to get strawberries. You couldn't get them flowing in from bloody wherever they're from, like the Philippines. I don't know where they're from. Yeah, or where is it? Where are they from? Where are they from?
I don't know. There might be come in. Yeah.
But
yeah. I don't know.
But it's nowadays you can just get things handed at you, and I think that's one of the problems. Yeah.
It's it. Yeah. Special guest.
Special guest.
Special guest in the building. That's what we're going for. So the big thing is that you're not going to get it instantly, and if you want to get instant results, it's
short-lived. I think it's short-lived, isn't it?
Yeah, and you can spend all the money in the world, and you're not going to get the instant results. I've had many a people pay me a lot of money, but not put the work in.
Yeah.
And if you don't put the work in, you're not going to get the results. You know, we can train you for the exam, right? And we can tell you what's going to be in the exam paper.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you're not going to do the revision,
if you don't turn up,
you're not going to get an A.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Just not even turn up to start with.
Yeah.
Like, some people would revise as much as they want for the exam, but not even turn up. It's like it's pointless.
Yeah.
The revision is putting the money in.
Yeah.
Telling the trainer you're going to do it, or telling yourself you're going to do it, and then the day comes that you need to track your calories, or you need to put your Fitbit on, and you don't even turn up.
It's a good point. It's like saying that with the exam thing now. This is like little jump. Basically, we know the answers.
Yeah.
Right? We got the answers. I can get you an A star, right? Or whatever the grades are now, right? You probably don't do A star anymore.
It's a 9 now.
It's a 9.
9.
Yeah. Probably an A stars seems like it's too elitist for people and it's not fair on everyone. Yeah. Everyone should have
It's 1 to 9.
Yeah. So you get 1 to 9. So 9's the highest.
9's the highest.
So what we know, our programme gets you a 9, right? There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
We know 100% we get you a 9, right? And all you need to do is turn up on the day and you get your 9, right? But if you don't show up, you're not going to get a 9.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't turn up to your gym sessions or your home workouts at the moment, and you don't turn up and do your 10,000 steps, and you don't turn up and track your calories, right? You're not going to get a 9. You get a 1. Yeah? And then you're moaning that you haven't got the 9, but you didn't turn up, even though you knew what you had to do in order to get the 9.
Yeah, there's already systems in place for you. That's what people think there's so much to learn, so much to do, whereas it's just a few simple little tweaks that you need to make, isn't it?
Yeah.
One by one.
I think the big thing is people make it too complicated.
Yeah.
You know, and actually when you come down to the nitty gritty, you've got a lot of coaches and you've got a lot of weight loss products out there that try and sell you something they don't need to sell you. And what they really need to be telling you is you need to be reducing your portion size of what you're currently eating, because whether you think you're eating not enough food, if you've got a big belly, I'm telling you, you're eating too much food. That's just blunt. That's just, you know, when people go,
to put it in straight terms, isn't it?
Yeah, people go to me sometimes, or you probably heard it, I don't think I'm eating enough.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I think you are eating enough.
Yeah.
I think you're more than comfortable eating enough.
Yeah.
And actually, you don't really realise the food you're eating are quite high in calories. That's the problem. Because if you took, for example, and this is not going crazy at all, but if you went to Africa and you saw a lot of people that were starving over there, you don't see one African lad who's 20 stone.
Yeah.
And that's just that sounds brutal, right? When people talk about genetics, hormones, all this kind of thing.
Yeah.
You don't get the one massive lad in Africa, right, and everyone else is really slim.
Yeah.
Everybody is malnourished.
Yeah.
And the reason is because they don't eat, right? So if we took that to here,
if you put it into perspective,
why are some of us all big,
yet
we're saying we don't eat enough? I think it's one, we don't understand maybe the foods we're eating may be healthy for us, but we're eating too much of them, or we just have no clue about calories.
Yeah.
Because if we don't understand the calories, then we'd understand that actually our energy balance was off.
It's just poor, it's just lack of education and lack of understanding. But the thing is, like, people are at that point, and it kind of annoys me a little bit, because, you know, you'll see people who, like, watch a Netflix series in a week, or, you know, sit down every night and watch a couple of episodes of Corey, or EastEnders, whatever you want to call it, or watch a film or whatever, but that's wasted time, whereas if they really, really cared about how they looked and how they felt, it's not all about looking great, it's about feeling great as well. If they really cared about that, then they'd be channeling their time elsewhere, wouldn't they? So you clearly don't care enough if you're in that position of either being overweight or feeling, you know, bogged down, the food choice, all that kind of stuff. There's plenty of time to educate yourself. It's just people don't make the time.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
I think the other thing is, I read this book, right, and it's about high values.
Yeah.
And what people don't do is they don't value things high enough.
Yeah.
So if you want to earn £1 million a year, you need to put that as your number one value.
Yeah.
Right? So you do everything you can to earn £1 million.
To get to that, yeah.
Right? If you want to get in great shape, then what you need, or you want to feel better mentally, because at the moment everyone's the lowest of the low,
Yeah.
then you put that as your highest priority, and then you would stop drinking booze. You'd improve your sleep quality.
Yeah.
You'd read like positive books. You'd reduce your social media time and your news time.
Mm.
You know, you'd fit the facts in. You get outdoor exposure. You go out for walks. You do like 15 different things.
All the systems
you know
in place
that
to get in that position,
to
isn't
get
it?
your highest value goal.
Yeah.
But the thing is, because you don't value number one as feeling good
Yeah.
and looking good, then that means it goes down the list, and actually you value sitting around
And
more and not getting the steps in.
exactly.
And that's
Yeah.
not, and we're not judging you, that's the thing. So anyone who gets offended by this, it's not to say that me and Fiona are judging you and saying this is the right way that we do it and that's the wrong way that you do it. What we're saying is, we get a lot of people that ask us about why they don't feel like they've got energy, why they feel low, you know, why they can't lose weight. And we're giving you the answers. And literally the answers are there, and it's not a secret. People might want to make it a secret, but we're not making it a secret. We're telling you, do the simple fundamentals and you will feel better and you will look better.
If you look back on most of the talks that we've done on the podcast, they've all been very diverse in the topics and stuff like that. But what we have mentioned in pretty much every single one is because it's so important is the simple things like the fundamentals, like the steps, just eating less or eating smarter, moving more, exercising, you know, social media, all that outdoor exposure and stuff. Although the topics have been different and it's been a little bit different every time, these are the stuff we always come back to because you wouldn't keep saying it if it didn't matter, did you?
No,
Did you?
it's like banging a drum, innit? You're banging a drum every single time. The drum doesn't change, right? And I can guarantee you I'll be in 20 years' time, right?
You're still banging the same
and
drum.
I'll be saying drum. Probably people might get bored of that drum after a while, but until everybody understands the basic principles, I'll keep banging that drum, right? Because it needs to be banged until people get it through that you can't get a quick fix to get results. You can't buy crappy supplement products and expect to get results. For example, Cambridge, it may help you lose an initial amount of weight. There's no education process in it. There's no understanding of the basic fundamentals, right? Hence why you'll never keep the weight off. You know, I reckon probably Cambridge has got probably a 2% success rate. Some people do lose a drastic amount of weight in a short period of time. It's because for the first week they don't eat. Then the next week they eat like basically powdered food. Do you know what I mean? So of course you're going to lose weight. Yeah. If I gave you a banana a day, right, and told you to eat a banana a day for 30 days, you'd lose weight as well. Yeah. And you save yourself a shit ton of money. That's the thing. But actually, what you've got to try and do is understand the fundamentals. And this November is what you can do is hone in. We're doing these lives, we're helping you. And if you want to come and join our online groups, we're doing education every Wednesday night. We're doing a support group on Saturdays. We're giving you all these aspects of understanding to actually, you're going to understand in November what it really takes to get in shape. And then December, bang, gym's open, voila.
There you are, ready for the new year.
Hit the new year before the new year rush. New year, you didn't need a new you. Because in December, you've already started a new year.
Exactly, you already got the ball rolling, haven't you?
Refrigerating?
Talking about habits, there's a little thing I downloaded, I just thought I'd throw it out. It's we'll try and put a link in anyway, but it's called Leap Habits. It's on the App Store. It's on Apple. I'm not sure if it's on Google Play or whatever, but it's called Leap Habits, and basically it's just a habit setting thing. So you kind of just customize what it's called, and it gives you a daily reminder. Says how many times a day you need to do it, and it will just pop up on your phone. It's like reminders, but I can't really get on with reminders. So
good. Yeah.
So just start with one today. If you're listening just now and you need to set some new habits, change your lifestyle download Leap Habits, set one, and then in the next 14 days set another one. And it also shows you progression as well. So it's got like a graph, and if you ticked it off like 3 days in a row, didn't do it one day, it'll show you that, and like all that kind of stuff. It's quite good. I find it quite effective. So just thought I'd throw that out. Yeah.
Bang on.
That's it.
End of that one. Leap habit. Get it done. Fall off the bandwagon. Get back on track. Basic fundamentals. Steps. Calories, workouts, simple. Stick to it, you get results.
Bish bash bosh.
Yeah. See you soon. Have a good one.